Hi 30 Day Challengers, Caro here, and welcome to day 5. The video that I have for you today is going to be on how to write a unique article from sourced content. Anyway, without further ado, I'll show you how easy it is, and there's a couple of key points, and I just better say hello Rose. Yes, now go down. So a couple of key points that I would like to cover off with you just as a preface for how to go about writing articles from source content. So follow me. Okay, so here are some of the key things that I really want to impress upon you when you're writing an article from source content. First of all, please never blatantly cut and paste copy, word for word, and then claim it as your own. That is just not on. That's really out of integrity. So please never do that. Then if you use a word-for-word sentence or paragraph as a quote, please acknowledge the original author. Again, that's just an integrity thing. There's also copyright issues. You don't want the legal beagles coming after you. So really, you do not cut and paste, and if you do use something word for word, please make it a small snippet and acknowledge the author. Always read up on sourced information yourself and build your own knowledge base. And I'll show you in many ways how I do that just in this example with this video. And please, I encourage you, be hungry for more knowledge. There's always going to be more information on any topic. There really is. Sometimes you might have to hunt for it more than ever. This is, I suppose, a Caro tip, something that I do that I think really works well, because for me, this is what keeps me with an integrity of myself. That's based on my own assessment, obviously. But it's what I will do, and I'll show you what I do shortly, is I read the existing content and then I type it out myself from memory. And I do this paragraph by paragraph. So I really absorb the information. It's almost like a test of what comes out. So I'm paraphrasing what I've read. It means that I'm then putting things in my own words and my own phrasing. So, you know, there's the integrity side. There's also the practical and very important side with Google. It's then original content as opposed to duplicate content. And this will be talked about more and more, but it's really important that your articles are original articles. That. And up comes an article. So what I then do, you can save it at text, HTML, or copy to clipboard. What I'm doing here is I'm actually going to copy it to Google Documents. So I'm going to write my document in Google Docs, because Google Docs is just so nice and easy and effortless, and then I can copy it through to other entities, which we'll be teaching you in the days to come. So I just press copy. I'm going to close that. And here you can see what I have done, something I've prepared earlier, is I've copied and pasted from the Market Samurai tool here. I've gone through each of these, pulled them up like I showed you before, and then I've pasted in here. Now there's no way, this is not my article, this is what I'm using as my base for my article. So the first thing, as I said before, read through all the information. So I read through all of this, and I have read through it before. And so then what I do next, so here I have another blank document, and I'm actually calling this the Australian Mist Cat, the new Australian made breed. So what I do is, like, I've read through all those articles, and I've really read through, I've poured through them, and I've retained information. So the first paragraph that I'm going to write from what I've retained is that the Australian Mist Cat is a relatively new cat breed. So that's something that came through all the articles, because it's quite common when you look at the articles to see that they say a lot of the same thing, but you want to seem original in your article. So I'll just pause here, and then I'll go to the next step of what to do then, because you don't really need to see me type it all out. So back again, so this is what I've typed so far. Now, again, this is what comes from this here, all of this information here. I've done this paragraph by paragraph. I've read through, and I've thought, well, the first paragraph I'm going to introduce what the breed is, what it's made up from. So generally with an article, you want it to be about 300 to 500 words. which may be 6 or 7 paragraphs. I tend to prefer shorter paragraphs, so it's each article about 300 to 500 words. 500's fine for maximum. So as you can see here, I've already typed all of this out. Now I wanted to show you this. This is something that I copied and pasted from the material that I have on the other page, my working document where I pull everything from. And this is a copy and paste that I'm not going to use, but you'll see they say they make perfect pets for children of all ages, even very young ones, as they are tolerant of handling and are not inclined to scratch. Kittens are lively and sober up a bit on maturity. Their life expectancy is to mid to late teens. This is how I've reworked that, also pulling out other pieces of information that I've read through. You can see it's very, very different. I've said they're perfect for children and elderly. So I've added that because, again, logically, generally if something's good for cats, they're okay for the elderly. And I also do know they are. They have, again, I've reworked that. They're happy to be handled and don't scratch or bite. Generally, again, I know a bit about cats. Scratches and biters tend to go hand in hand. I've reworked this, and because I do actually happen to have one, I can inject that. But the other thing is there's other parts in the documents I have on the other page that actually also say that they keep on being playful. So I've incorporated that into this part as well because I read it elsewhere. And I've also added that I saw elsewhere. And then it's talking about, their life expectancy, very short hair. And I've just said very little health issues, which was pulled from other parts. And it was also mentioned it was thanks to that part. So again, that's how I've done it from that. And I've made this my own. So it really is with all of this. And so, this is all true. So all of this, I have pulled from this and my own passion for them, and yes, I do happen to have some myself, but pretty much it is really from these articles, and this is all source content. The key thing is that you really do keep it original, and it's not that hard. Yes, you are going to have to write, fun, it's attitude. Give yourself a really good attitude or put a good attitude on. So just to summarize, it really, really is very easy to write an article, and we're helping you even further with source content. Just the key things to recap, please do not just cut and paste and say it's your own. It's so important for yourself to have it seen, and by Google, to have it seen to be original content. I think that pretty much brings me to the end. I hope that you've found this useful, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. So take care. Bye.